Imagine turning everyday plastic bottles into the most eye-catching features of your front yard. Welcome to Suhar Aesthetic Studio, where waste meets wonder, and your home's entrance becomes a canvas for creativity and care. In today's video, we're diving into brilliant, sustainable DIYs that bring color, charm, and character to your front yard using nothing more than recycled plastic bottles. From glowing bottle lanterns to whimsical fairy houses, from rainbow garden borders to elegant Zen layouts, every idea is made to transform the space you first step into every day. Your front yard is more than just a path to your door. It's the first hello to the world. So why not make it meaningful, beautiful, and eco-friendly? Tell me which idea you'd love to try. Drop your favorite in the comments, along with where you're watching from. This channel is a growing dream, powered by your support. Every like, comment, and subscribe truly matters. Thank you for being here, for seeing beauty in reuse, and for reimagining your front yard with me. One, colorful garden recycled wonder. In a charming suburban neighborhood, a modest white house with a lush front yard stands out, not just for its neat landscaping, but for the remarkable use of recycled plastic bottles. Around the small garden, a low fence built entirely from reused bottles painted in pastel hues of pink, blue, yellow, and lavender provides a whimsical border. Each bottle, once waste, is now a decorative post that adds character and environmental purpose to the home. This creative fencing transforms what was once trash into an artistic treasure. The bottles are carefully inverted, secured, and uniformly spaced to frame a well-kept lawn surrounded by thriving flower beds. Colorful blooms, roses, daisies, and marigolds flourish inside the perimeter, reflecting the vibrancy of the recycled fence. Two globe-shaped ornaments rise above the boundary, enhancing the garden's playful and handmade charm. Beyond aesthetics, this project is a powerful example of eco-conscious living. It showcases how sustainability can blend beautifully with home decor, inspiring neighbors and passers-by alike. By reimagining single-use plastics as durable and joyful design elements, this garden reflects creativity, responsibility, and a hopeful vision of repurposing in everyday life. It's proof that even a small front yard can make a big environmental statement. 2. Elegant entry from bottles. With creativity and care, a once ordinary front porch is transformed into a statement of sustainable beauty. Tall, sculptural columns line the entrance steps, crafted entirely from stacked clear plastic bottles. Each column stands proudly, displaying symmetrical arrangements with alternating caps and hues of blue and red, forming a pattern that's both eye-catching and resourceful. Atop these DIY pedestals rest small flower pots and solar lamps, seamlessly merging form and function. The flowers add color and life, while the lamps offer soft illumination at dusk, making this entryway as practical as it is attractive. Even the base of the steps is flanked by smaller towers, also built from reused bottles, holding cheerful potted plants that welcome guests warmly. Surrounded by neatly trimmed shrubs and a manicured lawn, the installation enhances the home's charm while sending a clear message. Sustainability can be elegant. What might have ended up in a landfill has been reinvented into a series of architectural accents that elevate the home's curb appeal. This project is a shining example of how upcycled materials can bring beauty and purpose to everyday spaces. It invites admiration, sparks conversation, and demonstrates how simple, discarded items can become decorative treasures with a touch of imagination and care. 3. Twilight path with bottle lights. As evening falls, a warm, enchanting glow lights the way to a welcoming front door. Lining both sides of the stone-paved path, upcycled plastic bottles stand tall, each transformed into a glowing lantern using simple string lights. These DIY luminaires radiate soft, golden light, turning a quiet garden walkway into a magical, eco-friendly entrance. Each plastic bottle, once discarded, has been carefully cleaned and filled with tiny LED lights that mimic a field of fireflies. Arranged evenly among low greenery and mulch, they guide visitors with both safety and style. The twinkle of lights contrasts beautifully against the dark mulch and green foliage, creating an atmosphere of charm and tranquility. This project is not only visually striking but deeply rooted in sustainability. It demonstrates how everyday waste can become a source of beauty and functionality. Without costly materials or complicated tools, this lighting solution adds a touch of elegance and creativity to a small front yard. Perfect for evening gatherings or simply enjoying a peaceful return home. This recycled bottle lighting idea proves that thoughtful design and environmental responsibility can go hand in hand. It's a shining example, literally, of turning trash into a treasure that brightens both the home and the planet. 4. Mini trees, maximum impact. A simple yet brilliant idea turns used plastic bottles into elegant bonsai planters, showcasing both creativity and ecological mindfulness. Lined up neatly along a raised stone platform in a small front yard, each bottle cradles a miniature tree, its roots gripping the soil tightly within the bottle's transparent walls. The result is a row of sculptural greenery that looks both orderly and alive. The bottles, horizontally positioned with caps intact, have been cut open to hold soil and support the bonsai trees. Their dark, soil-filled interiors contrast with the vibrant green leaves above, highlighting the tree's sculptural trunks and delicate foliage. The consistency in size and shape of the containers creates visual harmony, while the repurposing of plastic speaks directly to the heart of sustainable design. This project is not only a testament to upcycling but also a lesson in balance between man-made waste and nature's beauty. It's an inspiring example of how even the smallest green spaces can benefit from smart reuse. With no need for expensive pots, these repurposed bottles deliver both function and charm, turning a wall edge into a miniature arboretum. From trash to treasure, these bonsai bottle planters prove that sustainability can be stylish, minimal, and deeply meaningful. 5. Stone bottles garden markers. In a neat, modern front yard, creativity and sustainability meet through a striking use of plastic bottles, repurposed into natural garden markers. Arranged in neat rows, clear bottles are filled with smooth river stones of varying shades, creating a minimalist and structured look that contrasts beautifully with the mulch and greenery around them. These bottle towers serve not just as decorative elements but as gentle guides defining the garden bed's edges. The transparency of the plastic allows the texture and colors of the stones inside to be the focal point. Each bottle, once a symbol of waste, now becomes a pillar of balance and calm, grounding the garden with earthy tones. Scattered among the bottles, low green plants and pink blooms soften the rocky arrangement, bringing life and color into the structured layout. It's a simple DIY idea that requires no glue or tools, just patience, balance and an eye for design. This project is a testament to the power of reimagining everyday materials. Instead of buying plastic or wooden edging, this garden turns trash into art with a strong visual impact. The stone-filled bottles speak to a thoughtful reuse philosophy, turning household waste into sculptural garden statements that are as functional as they are beautiful. 6. Wall garden with bottles. A charming small front yard comes alive with a blend of stone, greenery, and resourceful upcycling. Along the stone wall beneath the front steps, an inventive vertical garden emerges, crafted from horizontally mounted plastic bottles. These reused bottles serve as mini greenhouses, each one containing a tiny world of soil, plants, and moisture, creating a compact eco-haven on the wall. Neatly arranged in a single row, each bottle is secured upside down with its cap acting as a water seal, ensuring clean and efficient hydration. The wall display provides a creative solution for space-saving gardening, especially suited to small yards or urban homes where vertical space becomes a valuable asset. Below the wall, lush succulents and hardy greenery are planted in large stone containers and natural rock beds. One oversized plastic bottle lies horizontally atop a stone slab, also repurposed as a succulent planter, further showcasing the clever use of waste materials. This DIY project speaks volumes about creativity, sustainability, and the beauty of small-scale gardening. It transforms unused plastic into an organized, living display that complements the rustic textures of stone and soil. With little effort and no expensive tools, this garden turns trash into an inviting green corner that's both decorative and environmentally responsible. 7. Color spiral with bottles. A modern front yard bursts with imagination and eco-conscious flair, featuring a captivating spiral garden design that uses recycled plastic bottles as vibrant decorative elements. Arranged in a symmetrical stone-bordered spiral, the garden beds are enriched with dark mulch and dotted with blooming yellow, red, and pink flowers. But it's the upcycled bottles that steal the show. Each plastic bottle is filled with colored stones or beads, green, blue, red, orange, pink, and more, then planted upside down into the soil. These colorful totems form a swirling path that radiates outward from a central sculptural bottle, filled with vivid blue pieces. The spiral layout brings a sense of movement and harmony, guiding the eye and framing the flower beds with playful texture and color. The overall composition is a thoughtful blend of design and sustainability. Instead of discarding used bottles, this garden repurposes them into artistic accents, turning waste into a joyful statement piece. The colors not only liven up the space, but also celebrate creativity through reuse. This DIY installation proves that even a small patch of front yard can reflect big ideas: beauty, order, and environmental care. It's a standout example of how trash can be reshaped into treasure, adding both aesthetic and ethical value to the home landscape. 8. Rainbow garden with reuse. A burst of color and creativity transforms this small front yard into a joyful expression of eco-friendly gardening. At its heart lies a playful combination of flowers, painted rocks, and repurposed plastic bottles, all united in a dazzling rainbow theme. Brightly colored stones in red, blue, yellow, pink, purple, and green form a continuous border, giving the garden bed a defined and cheerful edge. Inside the border, vibrant blooms of marigolds, petunias, and other annuals flourish, bringing life and texture to the landscape. Among the plants, evenly spaced plastic bottles stand upright, painted in solid bold colors to match the surrounding palette. These recycled bottles not only enhance the aesthetic but also serve as decorative stakes or mini garden markers. This garden shows how sustainability and style can work hand in hand. With nothing more than used plastic bottles and stones given a coat of weatherproof paint, the yard becomes a showcase of DIY ingenuity. It's a space that invites smiles and inspires conversation, reminding everyone that even discarded items can become part of something beautiful. More than just decoration, this project celebrates environmental awareness and personal expression. It proves that with a little paint, plants, and imagination, trash can truly be turned into vibrant treasure. 9. Vertical bottles, warm welcome. A cozy front porch is elevated by a burst of recycled charm, where repurposed plastic bottles form colorful vertical planters that double as decorative fencing. Painted in pastel tones of pink, green, purple, and blue, the bottles are stacked and mounted upside down in neat columns, each serving as a mini planting pocket for small flowers and greenery. Flanking both sides of the front walkway, these upcycled pillars create a symmetrical and inviting path to the door. Between them, 2 rustic wooden boards spell out a cheerful welcome and welcomee, adding a whimsical touch of personality to the porch. Hanging baskets and potted blooms further soften the scene, tying the vibrant bottle towers into the garden's natural color palette. This project creatively combines vertical gardening with sustainability. The plastic bottles are not only given a second life but also serve a meaningful function, adding color, structure, and greenery without occupying much space. Perfect for small yards or compact porches, this DIY setup provides both curb appeal and environmental inspiration. It's a joyful declaration of hospitality and green living. With just a few tools and some paint, waste is transformed into a heartfelt welcome that reflects care for both guests and the planet. A simple, affordable, and beautiful reuse of materials. 10. Plastic tree of creativity. Standing proudly at the center of a small front yard, a striking artificial tree crafted entirely from recycled plastic bottles becomes the focal point of a sustainable garden. The trunk, made from a sturdy vertical post, branches out into layers of green-tinted bottles that mimic the shape and texture of real tree foliage. Arranged in a spiral fashion, each bottle reflects light and movement, giving the illusion of leaves swaying in the breeze. Set against a neat lawn and framed by a welcoming porch, the tree not only adds height and structure to the landscape, but also tells a story of environmental innovation. The base is circled with natural stones, grounding the installation and adding a rustic touch that balances the artificial elements above. This DIY masterpiece shows how plastic waste can be elevated into large-scale art. Rather than being discarded, each bottle contributes to a collective expression of creativity and care for the planet. The tree becomes a landmark, an educational statement and conversation starter for neighbors and passers-by. Perfect for those looking to make a bold, eco-conscious impact. This recycled bottle sculpture proves that sustainability doesn't have to be small or hidden. It can stand tall, proud, and green, both in color and intention. 11. Whimsical Fairy Bottle Village. Nestled on a cozy porch, a miniature fairy village springs to life from a large planter bowl, crafted with care and imagination using recycled plastic bottles. Each charming fairy house is made from a bottle turned upside down, painted in pastel tones with whimsical rooftops, tiny doors, and glowing window cutouts that suggest a magical world within. Surrounding the fairy homes are delicate pebble pathways, tufts of moss, colorful mushrooms, pine cones, and miniature decor, all combining to create an enchanting scene. Small blooming flowers grow in the background, blending real nature with the fantasy village, while tiny lampposts complete the magical ambience. This creative project transforms plastic waste into a storybook garden, perfect for a small front yard or patio. The reuse of bottles not only reduces environmental impact but also offers a platform for artistic expression and storytelling. With just a few simple materials, paint, glue, and imagination, trash is reimagined as delightful fairy architecture. It's an inspiring example of how even limited outdoor space can hold a world of charm. This fairy village isn't just decorative. It's a reminder that recycling can lead to magic. A childlike wonder paired with eco-conscious action makes this DIY a true treasure. 12. Hanging garden bottle curtain. A porch becomes an inspiring vertical garden through a creative display of hanging recycled plastic bottles. Suspended neatly from the roof beam, dozens of clear and green plastic bottles are repurposed into a living curtain, each one holding soil, plants, or cuttings. The bottles are strung upside down, some sprouting trailing vines that cascade gently downward, forming a lush, leafy veil against the house's facade. This inventive setup uses gravity to its advantage. The bottles not only serve as mini planters, but also double as decorative green screens that provide privacy and natural cooling. As the plants mature, they soften the building's exterior while adding texture and life to an otherwise plain wall. Along the porch pillars, additional bottles are stacked vertically, connected in a cascading system where plants grow through the openings, climbing toward the ground. It's an eco-friendly alternative to expensive trellises or hanging pots, using only waste materials and a few basic tools. This hanging garden is a perfect example of how sustainability and creativity can blend in limited outdoor spaces. It's functional, beautiful, and environmentally conscious, turning plastic waste into an eye-catching vertical oasis that brings nature closer to home while promoting mindful reuse. (13) Bottle Lantern Zen Garden. A serene front courtyard transforms into a peaceful retreat through the warm glow of handmade lanterns crafted from recycled plastic bottles. Placed gently among raked gravel, stone paths, and stacked rock formations, these bottle lanterns emit soft candlelight that bathes the space in a gentle, inviting ambience. Each lantern is made from a reused plastic bottle, some clear, some tinted in red, green, or amber, cut and shaped to cradle a small candle within. Strategically arranged, they line the walkway and accent corners of the garden, enhancing the minimalist Zen-like atmosphere with touches of eco-friendly charm. Surrounded by clean, white pebbles and low greenery, the scene exudes calm and intentionality. The warm interior light spills softly into the night, while the flicker of the candles brings movement and warmth to the stillness of the space. This simple yet elegant DIY proves that recycled materials can enrich outdoor decor with both style and purpose. It's a sustainable lighting solution that adds atmosphere without electricity, turning discarded bottles into functional art. With just a bit of cutting and creativity, this garden becomes a glowing example of how mindful reuse can beautify even the most modest corners of the home. 14. Bottle Bloom Garden Pathway. A cheerful front yard bursts with personality and purpose, lined with vibrant plastic bottles turned into charming garden borders and decorations. Along the walkway leading to a welcoming red door, beds of colorful flowers are framed by an eclectic mix of repurposed bottles, each one hand-painted in a kaleidoscope of colors, designs, and characters. From upright bottles painted with suns, hearts, and cartoon faces to cut bottles forming whimsical edging, every piece tells a story of creativity and care. Some bottles are stacked, others cut into halves, but all are used purposefully to enhance the natural beauty of blooming marigolds, zinnias, and sunflowers. The mix of heights, colors, and arrangements transforms discarded plastic into a joyful, artistic expression of sustainability. Beyond the visual delight, this garden promotes environmental awareness and community spirit, showing how upcycling can create both beauty and meaning. Even without large landscaping features or expensive materials, this garden stands out as a celebration of what's possible with imagination and resourcefulness. It's a space where nature and reuse walk hand in hand, welcoming every guest with a colorful, eco-conscious message. Beauty doesn't have to be bought. It can be crafted from what's already around us. "15. Bottle lights for pathway glow. A sleek and modern front yard pathway is beautifully lit with upcycled bottle lanterns, proving that sustainability can blend seamlessly with style. Lining both sides of the walkway, recycled plastic bottles are transformed into glowing garden lights. Each bottle is fitted over a solar-powered lamp, creating a protective casing that amplifies the light while adding structure and charm. The design is simple yet effective. The transparent plastic allows warm light to shine through, casting soft, flickering shadows against the gravel and house wall. The path becomes not just a route to the front door, but an illuminated feature that invites and impresses with its understated elegance. Some of the bottles retain their green tint, offering a subtle splash of color, while others remain clear, creating contrast and balance. Arranged uniformly, these DIY lights add safety, ambience, and personality to the front yard without the cost or waste of commercial garden lights. This project is a perfect example of turning common trash into functional treasure. With just a few tools, discarded bottles, and solar lights, homeowners can achieve a stunning nighttime display while embracing eco-conscious values. It's a glowing reminder that beauty and sustainability can walk side by side, literally lighting the way. "16. Stacked Bottles Garden Totem. Standing tall by the front door, a vertical sculpture crafted from recycled plastic bottles and stone planters draws the eye and sparks curiosity. The design is simple yet impactful. Alternating layers of inverted stone pots and reused plastic bottles are stacked into a symmetrical totem-like tower. The plastic bottles, clear, green, and tinted, are tightly nestled between the planters, forming an interlocking pattern that offers both structure and visual rhythm. This unique piece functions as both art and a subtle message of sustainability. It cleverly uses space without dominating it, making it perfect for small front yards, porch corners, or entranceways. With minimal effort, common trash is transformed into a sculptural accent that requires no maintenance yet adds character and intention to the home exterior. Framed by two traditional planters filled with greenery and blooms, the bottle totem bridges the line between old-world charm and modern eco-conscious creativity. It doesn't shout for attention but invites a closer look, and perhaps even a smile at the resourcefulness behind it. This DIY is a reminder that recycled design can be both practical and artistic. With balance, repetition, and a few repurposed materials, even discarded bottles can rise again, stacked with pride and purpose. (17) Zen spiral with bottled stone. A calm, contemporary front yard reveals a stunning blend of serenity and sustainability. At the center of this tranquil space lies a raked gravel spiral, meticulously shaped in the style of a Zen garden. Stones, mulch, and sand weave together to guide the eye inward, toward a minimalist arrangement of bamboo plants and uniquely repurposed elements. Scattered thoughtfully along the spiral path stand plastic bottles filled with smooth river rocks. Their transparent forms allow the natural hues and textures of the stones inside to shine, adding rhythm and visual contrast to the soft cream gravel. These bottles, once discarded as waste, now serve as sculptural markers, grounding the space with their balanced weight and intentional placement. The spiral design reflects harmony and flow, while the recycled bottles introduce an element of eco-conscious artistry. Each bottle is secured upright in the gravel, standing as a symbol of transformation. Trash turned into tranquil decor. This elegant arrangement proves that sustainability and aesthetics can coexist beautifully. With no need for electricity or complex installations, it showcases how repurposed materials can elevate a garden's design. Peaceful, balanced, and meaningful, this DIY project speaks softly yet clearly about the power of reuse in outdoor spaces. (18) Staircase garden with bottles. A simple concrete staircase is transformed into a joyful garden display through the clever reuse of plastic bottles as colorful planters. Each step and side edge is decorated with blooming flowers nestled inside bottles that have been cut, shaped, and painted in rich tones of blue, green, red, and purple. The vibrant hues of the containers match the lively colors of the flowers, creating a welcoming and festive entrance. The repurposed bottles sit upright or on their sides, some retaining their caps, others redesigned into open-mouth planters. From succulents and marigolds to petunias and daisies, the plants thrive in their new recycled homes. The variety in height, shape, and texture of the bottle pots adds depth and rhythm to the staircase, making it not only functional but also beautifully expressive. What was once an ordinary set of steps now becomes a vertical garden, inviting, eco-conscious, and full of personality. This DIY approach shows how discarded materials can bring life to forgotten corners with minimal cost and maximum charm. It's a reminder that even the most overlooked areas of a front yard can bloom with beauty and purpose when sustainability meets creativity. A true celebration of turning trash into thriving treasures. Thank you for joining me on this journey of creativity and sustainability. I hope today's ideas sparked your imagination and showed you just how powerful a simple plastic bottle can be when given a second life. If you found inspiration in any of the designs, whether it's a glowing lantern, a fairy garden, or a colorful border, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves DIY or cares about the planet. I'd love to see your own recycled garden projects too. Tag me or drop a photo in the comments. Let's celebrate creativity together. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss new ideas that turn everyday items into something extraordinary. From my garden to yours, Thank you for being here, for supporting this growing space, and for choosing beauty that matters. Until next time, keep creating, keep caring, and remember, the most beautiful things often begin as something thrown away.